Welcome back to Discover Janesville. We are sitting at the Janesville Performing Arts Center on the set of the Janesville Little Theater production of The Moon is Blue, and the set is pink. Our next guest is Edie Baran. Edie, thank you for joining us on Discover Janesville.
Thank you so much for asking me to be on the show. This is great. And look at the set we have to work with. This is
I know,
wonderful.
it feels like a talk show, doesn't it?
Oh, it's wonderful. I just want to like sprawl on this couch.
Last year, you were inducted in the United Arts Alliance Hall of Fame. Now, I was reading in the article and said that you changed the face of arts in Rock County. How does that feel?
Well, it makes me blush,
mean?
of course. I don't know. There are so many people in Rock County who constantly, every day, change the face of arts in Rock County. I've just, you know, I moved up here from Chicago, in the very late 70s. And I've been involved in arts ever since. And I've just been so lucky that this has been a community that I've been able to basically do anything I've wanted to do to try in the arts. And I'm glad to say almost everything I've tried has succeeded on some level. And it's been fun. I feel like I've just been playing for, you know, for the last 30 years, however.
You work a lot with children, and in fact, you founded Spotlight on Kids. You do a lot of arts education, including work with very special arts. Can you tell us about how you feel that arts and children, why is it such an important connection?
Well, the arts, not just for children, but for everybody, the arts as a whole, as an entity, is really society's most common denominator. The Arts Fest last year is a great example.
Okay.
We had over 1,600 people come to JPAC into the grounds outside. And they were people of all ages, of all shapes and sizes and colors and economic background and occupations and education levels. And the common denominator that brought them all here was the arts. And we had so many different things happening that there was something everybody could enjoy. And in terms of performance, or in terms of arts as education, where I see it as being the common denominator or the great leveling field, is that, you know, not everybody is built to play great football, you know, but everybody can paint a picture, can draw, can read, can sing. Now, I'm not saying they're necessarily going to go out and, you know, get on the cover of People magazine and make $1 million, but they can do it. You can do something in the arts at any level, and you can do it your whole life through, and you can keep changing it.
So let me see if I understand this. Arts brings people together, and it allows people to express themselves in a way that maybe in other ways they may not be able to.
Children I work with, especially through VSA Arts of Wisconsin, I often work with children and sometimes with adults who have special needs. And these kids, you know, sometimes I work with kids who really just are not verbal. And so they can't jump in and do lines or do the dialogue. But they can express with their bodies. They can help show us things through their body and their faces. They can be part of the scene or the story we're doing. You can make adaptations for children with any kind of needs and get them involved in the arts. It's you know, we're all born with this amazing desire to create. And I think that is really truly what separates humans from animals, is that we purposefully create. We decide to make something. You know?
Wow, these are big theories.
No, this is, you can just see it all around you. Look at babies when somebody turns music on. Without knowing what the word dance means or ever hearing the word rhythm, babies just are instinctively moving. And little kids instinctively dance or move to music.
Right.
And then at about 5 or 6, some
tells
adult
them,
tells
what the heck are you doing?
Don't do that,
right.
You know? And that's what I've seen. I started working in children's theater back when I was still in Chicago in my early 20s. And so I've worked with kids in some capacity, you know, basically my whole life. And I see that all the time where very well-meaning adults think they're controlling their kid, or the kid has to act a certain way in public, and they stop the child from doing something that I see as being a very expressive thing.
See, that sounds very unusual to me because of my background coming from another country, and in Russia, children are expected to behave even more restricted and be seen even less. And coming to America, to me, that seemed like a very relaxed environment for children. But you're saying, you know, that's actually pretty strict.
I think it's more strict than it needs to be. And I think, well, there are times where I think kids are a little bit too wild. But I think sometimes parents and other adults are maybe embarrassed seeing their kids kind of act out or dance in front of other people, or because they can't do it, or they think they can't do it. And the reason they think they can't do it is because somebody told them they couldn't do it, you know? So now they're telling somebody else you can't do it. There's such a disconnect between the arts and our everyday life. People in general think, oh, you're an artist and I'm not. We're all artists. I could never sing to save my life, you know. But there are other creative outlets for me, you know. And somebody else who could sing maybe wouldn't want to do drama, you know. I still hope to someday take a painting class. You know, I can't draw and I can't paint. Or I shouldn't say can't. I'd like to learn how to draw and paint better, you know.
Clearly you can, paint a picture and nobody will stop you, so.
Yeah, and the thing is, you know, stop being critical. Stop being critical of yourself out there. You know, really just allow yourself to do it. And don't say, oh, that's no good. I've done workshops for adults quite a bit, acting workshops or general creativity workshops. And this embarrassment, it's just amazing. And you just want to strip it off of people so they can finally relax and just enjoy themselves.
I think it's the Dali principle. I've heard that do what you want, when you want, and call it art.
Yes, yes, everything is art. And then the other spectrum of how arts are really all around us, and it's not separate from our lives, is, you know, the mere act of getting in your car and turning on the radio, listening to music, you're surrounding yourself with some type of art, you know, and people don't think of it that way.
Steps into the shower and becomes an artist.
That's right, you know, and art is all around us, and really, what would you do without art in this world?